Hello, Metal Nation! It is I, Tim, coming from the black void of nothingness. And joining me from without the void is Matt, and we're here to review metal promos, because that is what we do half the time. So, we're going to read metal promos, decide how many ears the promo deserves from us.
Okay.
Any questions?
I mean, that sounds pretty straightforward. Was that a David S. Pumpkins reference?
No. But you know what it is? Denial of Death. A failed exorcism. Self-released. Out Halloween 2022, so it's already out. Digital CD. Black metal, death metal from Germany. Track list. Evil by Nature. A failed exorcism. Among the Dead. Kill the Clown. Mythology. Pleasure in Pain. God is Dead. If I Died Tomorrow, and Black Mass. Lineup: Glauber Hereticus, vocals and bass. Julio Cesar, rhythm guitar. Susie Mertz, lead guitar. And Olethros on drums. The first EP in 2021, vocalist Hereticus worked hard on the 9 tracks coming to light this Halloween, October 31st, 2022. The songs represent a clear evolution in comparison with the previous work, bringing more elaborated riffs, orchestral parts, and lyrics, revealing the real essence of a band, a phantasmagorical black metal with influences from death thrash and even doom metal for fans of Satyricon, Dimmu Borgir, Rotting Christ. Recorded, mixed, and mastered by Glauber Hereticus in Nuremberg, Germany. And it's denialofdeath.bandcamp.com. And then when creating my black void of nothingness, I wonder how many of these this artwork will get sucked into the void. But this one's bluish, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But this art here is some kind of corpse in a church, but they have turned the crucifix upside down in one of the books. There's books on an end table, and one of which is Der Antichrist. See, because they're German.
They're German. Well, there's not a lot great going on there.
The ghoul appears to be tied, bound in some way, to the pew, or whatever this is.
I need to look at that more closely here.
So I'll dive right in. I like how they say phantasmagorical black metal. Because the only other band to use that word is Dimmu Borgir, which is one of their fans of. So I could have told them that.
I'm a little concerned because just from what I'm seeing, they might actually be a one-person band.
They're not. They listed 4 people.
I mean, they listed 4
Glauber,
people.
Julio, Susie, and Olethros.
I mean, I have no idea. Well, first of all, Glauber Hereticus. Glauber means believer, right? So it's a heretical believer, wouldn't that be? And also his Metal Archives entry says, trivia, master degree in philosophy, period.
Why?
Bachelor degree in philosophy, period. Lives in Nuremberg, Germany now, period.
Yeah, but if you go to their Facebook, there's photos of other people. I assume that's Susie with the LTD Les Paul, and that's Olethros, the guy behind the nondescript drum set. Oh, and there's some guy with a sword in front of a castle.
Okay, but again, if you're looking at the Metal Archive,
he's cloaked.
That's what I'm saying. This guy who's cloaked could very easily be Glauber Hereticus. I think this woman is nothing else than Glauber Hereticus in drag, and this drummer is clearly a stock photo.
Well, I disagree. I think it's a full band, and I think they like Dimmu Borgir, and as long as it's Dimmu Borgir pre or during Mustus's reign on the keyboards, then I'm all in. 1.5 years.
Yeah, I'll give it 1/4 of an ear multiplied by 4 for each of the fake people in the band. So I'll give it a 1/4 of an ear. I just can't get excited about Denial of Death, which, first of all, they should just call Forced Life. I think that sounds a lot more fun.
Forced Life might be more metal.
Yeah.
This is more metal than Denial.
Right. Yeah. It just seems like a technocratic thing.
All right, moving on. Golgotha is a doom metal band from Palma de Mallorca, Spain. Founded in 1992 by Vicente Paya in its first years and with different lineups until 2005. They released several albums and EPs. Caves of the Mind EP 1994, Melancholy 1995, The Way of Confusion EP 1997, Elemental Changes 1998, and New Life 2005. After a hiatus in 2014, the band rejoined, and in 2018, they released a new EP, Arise. In 2019, after some lineup changes, Vicente and Amon got in touch with drummer Tomeu Crespi and the producer, bassist, and keyboards M. Angel Ryutort Mega, that's in parentheses, to record a new album with 8 songs at Psychosomatic Recording Studios located in Mallorca. Original vocalist Amon has to leave the band due to personal reasons, and Golgotha recruits 2 female vocalists to front the band. One is Maria J. Yado, clean vocals, which also sings in BIS Interpunct NTE. All right. And the other is Miriam Vallis, guttural vocals. During the first half of the year, the band recorded their new album, Mors Diligentis, which is set to be released, which was released on October 25th, 2022 through Extreme Music. Golgotha is Maria J. Yado, clean vocals, Miriam Vallis, guttural vocals, Vicente J. Paya, guitars, Andrew Spinoza on bass, and Tomeu Crespi on drums. And then, their album artwork is very modern. It's like,
I actually like it. I think that's fresh. I like how their font could be like a Battlestar Galactica remake. I appreciate this. I think Golgotha, for a death/doom metal band that's lyrical themes are philosophy, melancholy, and feelings, I think there's a lot of good stuff going on. I can also tell you that unlike certain other bands that have been talked about this evening, there is a group photograph of all the members of this band standing in a single shot, which means that unlike the previous band made up by a guy with various wigs and stock photos, this is a legit multi-human band.
All right, well, let's back up to the art real quick. The artwork appears to be in some sort of church with probably statues that have been overgrown with some sort of plant.
Moss?
But the plant died, and then the statue was like kind of in despair or some kind, or, something, and then is being caressed by an eviler looking statue with a snake wrapped around its head, descending upon the statue in despair. Meanwhile, the band photo is them in front of some sort of wall with graffiti far away, and some sort of metal gates heading towards the wall, like they're perpendicular. And I'm counting 2 leather jackets, 2 button-down black t-shirts, and 1 regular black t-shirt.
And don't forget all those wallet chains.
I only see 1 person with wallet chains, and that must be the clean vocalist. That's probably Maria. Or maybe it's Miriam. It's not clear from this photo who's who.
Yeah. It's interesting. I actually think that both this album's artwork and the previous album's artwork share some themes, almost as if they were turned in by different students for the same assignment. Like, draw a creepy circumstance going down in a church, Again, I think that Golgotha's sampling here is much more proficient. It's much more interesting. The Failed Exorcism is a nice album cover, but I've seen this before a trillion times, or I've never seen crazy shit like this, except for maybe on the poster of a Clive Barker movie in like 1998. So you'd
give this one an A and the other one a C?
I would give this one an A- and the other one a C+.
Well,
wait, so our scoring system has changed? We're going more prog.
No. We're just grading the artwork. Irrespective of years.
Independent. Okay. I get
it. Look, Doug's here.
Hey there, Doug.
Howdy.
So, it always worries me when doom metal bands have a clean vocalist and a screamy vocalist, because I'm worried it's just going to be boring old theater tragedy once again. So, I will give it a reluctant 5/4 of an ear.
But don't you think that it's a female screamy vocalist is interesting?
Well, if the band from Maryland, Garden of Shadows, is any basis to go off of, then if you do guttural vocals right, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. When I say right, I mean when I say typically guttural vocals sound all the same depending on, no matter who's doing them, is what I'm trying to say.
You heard it here first. Podcast him down as gender blind.
That's well, I'm not sure about that, but I mean, I just think it's musically interesting. Like, you could get some different kinds of gutturals from a typical woman's instrument than you could man. I think it's worth
you could waste all of a singer's talent like Arch Enemy does with Alyssa White Glues.
She is so much better than that band.
So Jeff Loomis. Stop wasting your fucking time in that band, both of you. Go do something interesting. God damn.
Well, despite this animosity, I'm still giving Golgotha one solid ear.
You know what? If I wanted to listen to a boring ass, slow, uninspired Hammerfall, I'd go listen to Hammerfall. I wouldn't buy New Arch Enemy.
Wow.
Fuck Arch Enemy. All right, so you were saying?
Coming in hot. Just like one of the two vocalists of Golgotha.
All right, you can send your letters to Matt at podcastdown.com.
because she's wearing all this leather. And the
They're
other
both
one,
wearing
I believe,
leather. They're both wearing
leather. Well, the other one, they're both. Okay. Well, the other one's shirt is... her shirt's open a lot more. Yeah, so I meant she has more... a breezeway.
Well, the two guys on the left also have some breezeway.
Yeah,
at their mid chest.
Yeah, I wasn't complaining.
All right. Well, anyway, send your angry letters to Matt at podcastanddown.com.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, do you want to weigh in on this one?
Golgotha, doom metal. I've been listening to a lot of Paradise Lost lately, so I'm just going to give it an ear and a half.
Wow.
Out of respect for Death Doom.
Sounds good. All right. Final one, Whirlwind. I added the second. Yeah, I added the second H. Whirlwind.
Oh.
Thank you for clarifying, because it was already impacting the score.
Whirlwind was born as a parallel project to Korgul the Exterminator by Mark Webb, rhythm guitar, who in 2012 began to write songs highly influenced by the golden era of Running Wild, as well as the old acceptor Halloween, in which each song was intended to be an anthem of direct riffs, epic choruses, and melodic and memorable solos. Being on hiatus for years due to lack of time and pandemics, plural, the band is completed with the brothers Yordi and Artur, drums and lead guitar, and Hector Jurado, vocals, to finish the album. Recorded at Moontower Studios by Javi Felez and mastered by Patrick W. Engel at Temple of Disharmony, with a 100% organic and vintage sound, drinking from the sounds of the mid/late 80s. 1714 is, Okay, so they finally named the album. 1714 is the debut album of Whirlwind that will be released through Frontier Records next on November 22nd, 2022 on CD, 12-inch LP, cassette, and digital formats. Whirlwind is Mark Wilde, rhythm guitar, Artur, lead guitar, Hector Yarado, vocals, and Yordi on drums. And then their artwork is like an epic painting of a battle, complete with muskets and bayonets. And then their band photo, we were talking about leather. All of them are wearing some manner of leather in their photo, and I believe it's taken in front of a church. So is that a church trifecta?
That's a church fecta, indeed. And I also believe none of them have any breezeways.
Nope. The one that's going to be the least uncomfortable is going to be the guy wearing the leather vest, and definitely not the guy wearing the leather trench coat.
Yeah.
So.
He better be the guitarist.
It is not clear. Not clear from the photo.
What are some of the song titles? I think it's an important indicator, the style of music.
They didn't list them, so let me see if I can look it up. Oh, well, it would help if I spelled whirlwind correctly instead of whirlwind. I assume it's this one from Spain. No, maybe it's the other one from Spain. What?
Don't even bother looking on the Metal Archives because there's all kinds of weird shit going on. I had to give up.
Well, are there links? There's no links. So yeah. I'd have to download the promo to tell you.
It's very confusing as to what's going on.
Well, if it's before their album comes out, that means they can't be on Metal Archives. So that's probably why you can't find it.
I do have some information here. So here I can read you the track listing. Track 1, 1714, intro. Track 2, The Call. Track 3, Under Siege. Track 4, Rebels Arise. Track 5, Torture, Knife, and Fire. 6, Gallows Tithe. 7, Cannons of Infuriation. 8, The Bastard Duke. 9, Immortal Heroes. 10, Red September. 11, Echoes of Time. I can also tell you that according to kickassforever.com, 1714 is a conceptual album about the siege and final overthrow of Barcelona by the Bourbon troops in the framework of the European War of Spanish Succession and in its epic war against the Habsburg Empire.
Okay, well, I was going to give them 2 full ears, but I got to knock some ears off because they didn't tell me it was a concept album, which would have earned them more ears. So the fact that they didn't mention that, I will have to deduct. I'm going to give it also 5/4 of an ear.
I mean, I do also love the fact that this is a concept album about the War of Spanish Succession. I mean, that's an ear right there.
I mean, this is just Iced Earth Gettysburg done in the style of Accept. So,
I mean, I feel like even the album art is basically a ripoff of Iced Earth Gettysburg.
Oh yeah,
just like washed orange. I am concerned musically about this album, but conceptually, I'm going to let that win the day. So I will also give them 5/4 of an ear.
I hate to be contrarian, but I'm going to give them 5/4 of an ear. But my rationale, I don't. They're worth a listen, but I don't know how you can do Running Wild type songs attached to a serious concept album.
Yeah.
So
all Running Wild was just concept albums about pirate stories.
I guess that's true.
Well, no. I'm sorry. I take that back. They weren't just, they had some concept albums. The best one was not a concept album, though.
I would also like to advise any conceptual metal bands out there that the War of Jenkins' Ear, conflict between Britain and Spain lasting from 1739 to 1748, named because of Captain Robert Jenkins of a British merchant ship had his ear cut off by Spanish sailors when they boarded his ship with accusations of smuggling. I think that's a pretty good 18th century conflict that's ripe for a concept album. So, just keep that in mind.
I'm going to jump forward a couple hundred years, but I can only, the Battle of Jutland has only been explored on one album that I know of, and there's been a lot of reassessment of the role of Admiral Jellicoe, and that should be continued.
That's a good point.
I'll go up to an year and a half.
Wow.
All right. Well, that does it for this metal promo review. Don't even do the hashtag.
Hashtag NPR?
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Please do not use hashtag NPR when you're responding to these.
That's M as in metal, not N as in nettle.
No, it's not the nettle nettle
like,
promo review.
Right. That would be a stinging nettle soup. It's not that. It's
another
more like
another episode of NPR with Tim at his tiny desk.
It's like Plant cast them down.
Until next time, keep it nettle. Shit.
That was a pretty high energy episode.
Fuck Arch Enemy.
Yeah, that last album sucks.